Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello. How do we stay peaceful in a changing world and not take things personally? This is our show for today. We will talk about absurdities and how to stay zen during those absurdities. So my name is Reverend Lydia Fougères, and you are at the show A Voice of Healing. I am sorry, I have 3 shows, A Voice of Healing. So you can follow us on USA Global TV and Radio, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also you can follow us on Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck's channel, also on USA Global TV and Radio. So we thank you for being there. And the show begins right now. So what do we do when the world seems to be changing, revolving, and we think it does not really have common sense? But we want to stay peaceful. So how do we do? How do we cope? Well, it is by thinking. We have to think our priorities. How do we want to put our priorities in those things? Okay, so I will start by, and we will not talk politics to start with. The politics has nothing to do with this. So we will start by the nuclear paradox. So when we think about the nuclear paradox, and we are talking about all countries that have nuclear power. So to fight someone that has nuclear power, you have to have nuclear power. But you want them to stop using nuclear power. So to stop someone from having nuclear power, you have to gain nuclear power. So where does it stop? So to make sure someone does not have nuclear power, you have to gain nuclear power. So isn't that strange? So would it not be the ideal solution for everyone to get rid of nuclear power? Because the problem is that everyone thinks that getting themselves nuclear power to fight countries that have nuclear power, they actually have to gain nuclear power. So that is the most ridiculous thing ever. And we also have things like expiration date. So we spend 1/3 of our life in school. Think about that. Well, I will tell you, I spent nearly 3/4 of my life in school. So in average, a person that is an office job will spend 1/3 of their life in school. And they're preparing to spend 2/3 of their life behind a desk. So they will spend 1/3 of their life sitting behind a desk to learn from someone in front, to be someone behind a desk for 2/3 of their life. So this is something that we have to ponder about. Is this something that is logical for people that are working in office jobs? We have to have a large amount of schooling to be sitting behind a desk, to actually spend nearly 3/4 of our life there. 1/3 to spend 2/3. So, and then after that, if you retire at 65, 67, you retire. And then, if you are lucky, you live a while in good health. But if you are unlucky, after 2 years of retirement, you get sick and you spend the rest of your life trying to pull yourself together in hospitals and so on. When you were active, you were stuck behind a desk. We will talk also about borders, and astronauts. So on Earth, we have borders. Every country has borders. Houses have borders. Everyone has a border. So everyone has their border to have their own little thing. So when you think about these invisible lines that really do not exist, you have borders. Then millions argue over those borders. But even the Earth does not recognize those borders, because when you are in space, you do not see those borders. They do not exist. They are imaginary, just like time is imaginary. We have created time. We always lack a lot of time, but we are the ones that created time because we needed it for structure. We need time to structure our lives. We need borders to structure where we live, in what country we live. But if we had decided that we live on Earth, the end of it, we live on Earth, we could do it. Is it possible that it is abnormal that 1% of the population has everything and the rest of the 99% actually has it difficult? Is it normal that 1% detains most of the money on Earth when actually 99% of the population has it difficult to cope? There are taxes, there is this, there is that, but the thing is that only 1% are the rich and famous, and they have it all. But what do they have? They have financial assets, but they are not more happy than us. No, they even have more problems than us. So that is what happens. Money does not buy health. Money does not buy success, because success actually is in the way you are. Success is who you are. the image that you have. You can be successful. Yes, you can be successful, but you can be a successful person without being a rich person. I do know of a person that actually died without a dime. And in Canada, in Montreal, they called this man the Pope in the street. The Pope in the street was a homeless person. He would go from place to place and serve like a pope, and everyone called him Pope. And for 40 years, he was part of the population in Montreal, and everyone knew him. I saw him. So the thing is that I felt honored to see him because he had such wisdom. And when the Pope in the street died, there were thousands and thousands of people that gathered to honor him. Do you not think this is success? This is success. Do you not think he was peaceful? He was peaceful. And he brought peace. He brought peace everywhere. He was a kind man, and he brought peace everywhere. Everyone loved him. The Pope in the street, everyone loved him. Oh, many did laugh about the fact that, he thought he was a pope. But the wisdom that came from that man was out of this world. And he had no money. Absolutely not. He had wisdom and charisma. That is what he had. That is it. Let us talk about the 9 to 5 grid. People spend the majority of their waking hours working from 9 to 5. They work, they work, they work. What do they work for? They work for money. They work to buy them for digital things. They work for all kinds of things. And then once they have the money, the salary, the digital assets, they go and they spend all those assets on things to distract them on the fact that they spend their life working a lot. So they work from 9 to 5 and more, and then they spend all that they work for on all kinds of things to distract them from their work. Is this logical? Wouldn't it be better if actually they worked less and they spent less and they spent time just being in their present moment, where if you are camping, you do not need money to camp. You need a tent. If ever you have whatever luxury to camp, that is wonderful. But if you just take the time to live in the present, you do not need to work 80 hours a week, because the thing is that you do not live in the present moment when you work at all times, and it is extremely stressful. I know, because I am in the routine. I do the same thing. I am no better than anyone else. I do the same thing as everyone else. So I do have problems being in the present moment. I am as guilty as everyone. And then there is the digital valuation. The digital valuation. Is it normal that a single tweet or a meme can bring millions and millions of dollars to one person? But you have nurses and teachers that work for low pay and that keep educating people with all that they know. They went to school to teach all that they know. And then you have one little tweet that comes from who knows. And then that tweet brings millions of dollars to the one that tweeted that. Is this normal? Absolutely not. It should not be. Those that teach should be the ones that should have more for what they teach, because a teacher should get more benefit from what they teach than someone that tweets. That is the way it works. Tweeting is easy. It is easy. Nature's flaws. Nature's flaws. Humans that say they are the self-proclaimed species. Their spines fall in the middle age. They spend years growing teeth. Then they have their teeth pulled out. And they'd have dentures in. This is so ridiculous when you think about that. So when you think about you have dentures, you shrink, these things, our body is not the more advanced, really not the more advanced. You have snakes. The snakes, they just change their body. That is it. They have an old body, they just change their body. That is it. It is the way it works. We humans, we always try to change. We try to be taller. We try to look better all the time. We try everything. We're into Botox. We're into all kinds of things. And we do not accept the way we look. And we are the so-called advanced society. When you think about that, animals actually have it because they accept themselves the way they are. They are at peace. When you think about these Hollywood people that go through all kinds of surgery to look better, does it help? When you look at television, and you see all these faces, that they're all spread out, they look like clowns. Do you think that is life? No. Why not be at peace with what we look like? Aging is a normal process. It is just a normal process. It is to show that we have gained wisdom. Why hide those lines? Those lines are wisdom. Those lines show that we have learned. Those are the lines of wisdom. Why hide them? Why? After all, we have worked so hard for those lines. We also have hyper connected. But the thing is that everyone is connected to the internet. Everyone is on Facebook. Everyone is on the internet. Everyone, everywhere. Everyone is on the internet. Have you ever
Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? In a world quick to judge, one book dares to reveal the hidden cost of silence. Discover Holy but Harmful, The Silent Sin of Judgment, How Hidden Judgments Destroy Relationships and Damage Lives by Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. The Amazon #1 bestseller that's transforming the way we understand ourselves and the way we see others. Pick up the companion workbook to uncover your own hidden judgments and learn how to break free from them. Available now on Amazon and at fine bookstores worldwide.
Hello. I was talking about loneliness. I was talking about how people feel lonely. They are on chats. They are trying to chat with others and they are lonely. Have you ever taken the time to chat to someone that actually just writes to you random? The thing is that it is so odd. Sometimes they tell you things that you have to listen to, you have to read, you have to actually read. Because at times you have to act like a suicide line. You have to bring them peace because they will not write, they will not call, they will write to someone random. And that is the way it is because people connect to the internet and it is absurd. Yes, I know. It is very absurd, but at the same time, you can change a life by answering a person like that and bringing them peace. I do not talk about answering the scammers, the ones that are so called engineers that their wife dies and they have a teenage child or they are abandoned in the forest and you know the story. You know the story. So if you have someone working on an oil platform, run. If you have an engineer writing to you, run. If you have a military joined telling you he's on base and he cannot tell you his position, run. But there are real people out there. There are real people that need to connect and they just try to connect with you because they are lonely. So try to answer them. That is how you bring peace to them and to you. Because we are in such a world that people are lonely behind those computers. They do not have families, or they work all the time behind those computers. And they need for us to listen. They need for us to actually know that we are there for them. They need for us to be there for them. Please, when you have someone that does that, answer. Just to see. Just to see. You will not take a chance, if you are not, you are not actually putting your life on hold for that. You just verify. And I do say, it is handy, very handy to have suicide line numbers, websites, to direct them to those. That is something that I had to say about that. I really had to say something about that, because you can save a life anytime. The world is changing, and you can change something. Okay, now we will go on something lighter. The subscription era. You buy a watch, you need a subscription. You eat, you want to look at your calories, you need a subscription. You buy a car, you need a subscription to know how many miles you are going. You need a subscription for this, you need a subscription for that, you need a subscription. So you have so many subscriptions that you need a subscription to get rid of your subscriptions. So that is the subscription era. You cannot get rid of subscriptions. Once you start, it is addictive. So be careful with those subscriptions, because you will realize that they're a heavy toll on your salary. Very high. Oh yes, and you have artificial intelligence. The robots verify if you are human. So they have their CAPTCHA thing. They will ask you, where is the bus? So you find the bus, then 8% of the time you are wrong. The robot tells you you are a robot. Then you as a human, you have to prove you're not a robot. So they send you to find sidewalks and then bicycles. And then this is artificial intelligence that was created by humans, and now artificial intelligence wants humans to prove they are humans. Is this logical? Is this ever logical? No, it is not. AI is everywhere. You cannot get rid of it. You are trying to write a letter, and then a pop up, pop up. Then you're trying to write in your own words, and it comes up with, oh, well, you should write it in this way. And then you have the artificial intelligence that is trying to write it for you. But you want to write it with your own words. And then they say, oh, write it. I will write it heartfelt, professional, funny, short. But those are not your words. It's a bot. It's a robot writing your words. So the thing is that everything comes from artificial intelligence. Like, what are you doing right now? This comes from me. This is not something that artificial intelligence actually told me to say, because the thing is that I say those words without reading. Those ideas come to me. They do not come like I do not read a script. Absolutely not. I do not read any script. But the thing is that artificial intelligence is taking over, and we have to find a peaceful way to laugh at it. Because eventually we will be stuck with this artificial intelligence. We will be stuck. It is everywhere like this. It is everywhere like this. Now I will come with something that people would never imagine. It's a random thing. This is really random. Okay? We're talking about all kinds of things. We're going to talk about random. Did you know that cows are responsible for more deaths than sharks? People are scared of sharks. Sharks, sharks, sharks. But do you know that there's an average of 22 cows a year that kill human beings compared to 5 sharks every year? But people scream sharks when others actually should think about cows. Cows, they're being stepped over by a cow, they're being pushed over by a cow, but you have farmers that are being killed by cows accidentally. It's an accident, but the thing is that people are scared of sharks, but not scared of cows. So that is a detail that people do not know. They do not know that cows are more dangerous than sharks. And other fun facts. We will talk about octopuses that have 3 hearts, pineapples that take 2 years to grow. One pineapple. You wonder about the price of pineapples? Well, one pineapple takes 2 years to grow. Sharks, actually, let's talk about sharks. They have no bones. So they are like our cartilage. So they are like our ears, our nose. We have also that shrimp's heart is in their head. So when you bang a shrimp, well, the thing is that when you take a shrimp, you start by peeling the heart. So that is the way you do it. Another thing, adults are the only ones that actually meow to cats. Adult humans meow to cats. I know because I do it. I do it. I used to meow to my cat. All kinds of ridiculous things. And my cat used to answer, and I used to think I could understand. So this is, and cats only meow to humans. They will never meow at another animal except another cat or another human. They will never meow at another species. And Venus snows metal. This is another fact. So when you think about all those facts, you can laugh because when you are too angry about something, you can think about all those fun facts. You have many things to think about. And take some and laugh about it and not take things personally, really not, and think that you have this life to live and not take things personally. I know that people do things sometimes, I take things personally, but what I do is that I write something and then a second after it is over. So I do write something, then I send it to the universe. It does not belong to me anymore. What I do is I observe. I observe what seems to me as irrational. When something seems rational, I observe. So my name is Reverend Lydia Fougères. I am a registered nurse. I am a reverend in metaphysics. I am the author of 111 Reflections for Thy Earth Odyssey. They are available on Amazon. And the thing is that I do programs starting from my books. I work in English and in French. I am in Canada. And you can follow my shows on USA Global TV and radio, either in English or in French. And you can buy my books on Amazon. So it will be a pleasure for me to talk to you if you call me at 1-514-582-6882, 1-514-582-6882. And I am also the inventor of the Miracle Mist and the Perfect Mate incense that are available on Etsy. So thank you very, very much for being here. And do not forget to follow us on YouTube at USA Global TV and radio, and Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck also on YouTube. So please subscribe to both our channels. Namaste.
People are searching for experts every day. Are they finding you, or are they finding someone else? Every day, professionals are building authority through media. We've already built the platform. USA Global TV and Radio. Over 14,000 shows streamed to over 60 countries. This isn't about becoming famous. It's about leverage, visibility, credibility, opportunity. One interview, one conversation, one show, repurposed into content, connection, and business growth. Most people assume hosting a TV show requires a studio, a production team, and a massive budget. Our television packages begin at $1,500 US per month. Professional production, global distribution, replay visibility, built for voices with something to say. I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, and if this resonates with you, we should talk. USA Global TV and Radio, all rights reserved. Contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Tracy Cram Perkins, a dementia caregiving survivor teaching how to balance care with peace of mind. #1 resource for dementia caregivers. It's the book Dementia Home Care: How to Prepare Before, During, and After. Over 17,000 copies sold of this must-have guide. And now a testimonial from Tracy Smith.
If I was to describe this book to someone who is going through a similar situation, I would underscore how important it is to have some sort of a tool or a guidebook to help you through certain stages. And there's so many, it's such an unknown topic to the average person. And to have this as a reference is essential. It's going to help you get through it personally, as well as help your loved one manage.
To learn more, go to tracycramperkins.com. Tracy Cram Perkins is an award-winning author. She's also the host of Dementia Home Care television show. Watch it here on USA Global TV and Radio.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA-Global-TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.